Hi there, welcome to Worldwide Watch. The Chinese mainland's chief negotiator on Taiwan affairs has begun a 5-day visit to Taiwan with a tight schedule. Chen Yunlin has a string of high-level meetings lined up with the island's political leaders. Wang Shijian has more.
Chen Yunlin is the mainland's first chief negotiator to set foot on Taiwan in decades. Chen's meeting with his counterpart Chen Ping-kun on Tuesday will be the very first on the island between leaders of the mainland-based Association for Relations Across the Taiwan Strait and the Taiwan-based Straits Exchange Foundation. The two sides are expected to discuss a range of issues, including cross-strait transport links, postal services, food safety, and tourism. They will also make arrangements for the next meeting in 2009. The two organizations are scheduled to sign cooperative agreements on Tuesday and will hold a press conference afterwards.
This is a historical moment in the history of cross-strait relations. We've been waiting for this moment for 60 years. This is also a historical moment, as it is the first meeting hosted in Taipei since the establishment of the two associations. This round of talks between the two associations has very specific and simple missions. They are all beneficial to people across the straits and are not related to cross-strait political issues or political issues on the island.
After his arrival, Chen Yunlin first paid a visit to the widow of Ku Chen-fu, late chairman of the Straits Exchange Foundation. As Taiwan's top negotiator in the 1990s, Ku Chen-fu held the first direct talks with his mainland counterpart Wang Daohan, which resulted in a consensus in 1992. Many ups and downs in cross-strait relations followed, but there was a positive turn in May with the election of Ma Ying-jeou as Taiwan's leader. A series of trade and transport deals have since been enacted, including permission for as many as 3,000 mainland tourists to visit the island every day.
Relations between the mainland and Taiwan are on the track of peaceful development and are developing well. This did not come easily. It is something worth preserving, developing, and cherishing by both sides.
During his 5-day stay, Chen Yunlin will also meet with the island's political leaders, including Kuomintang Chairman Wu Bo-xiong and Honorary Chairman Lian Zhan. Wang Shiqing, CCTV.
Well, meanwhile, preliminary negotiations between the two associations have ended. The two sides reached an agreement on cross-strait direct shipping, air transportation links, postal services, and food safety. 72 flights a week in 16 cities on the mainland will be added to the current cross-strait chartered flight services. Those agreements take effect today. Well, improving economic cooperation is also high on the agenda. Cross-strait trade hit $200 billion in 2006. Zheng Junfeng with more on how it got there.
Financial cooperation between the Chinese mainland and Taiwan began more than a decade ago. In 1995 and 1997, Concord Bank and First Sino Bank incorporated in Ningbo and Shanghai respectively. Both banks were founded by capital from Taiwan. In 2001, the departments concerned in the mainland approved Taiwan's 3 insurance companies to set up representative offices on the mainland. After that, financial cooperation across streets accelerated amid increasing demand from both sides. In July 2002, the People's Bank of China, the mainland central bank, allowed commercial banks to transfer money to Taiwan banks, which marks an important milestone for financial transactions between the two sides. As Taiwan firms increased their business operations on the mainland, mainland banks started to work on creating finance channels for Taiwan firms. In September 2005, the National Development Bank, one of the mainland's policy banks, and State Council's Taiwan Affairs Office issued a protocol under which the bank would offer 30 billion yuan loans for Taiwan firms operating on the mainland within 5 years. A year later, Huaxia Bank also agreed to offer another 20 billion yuan loan to help Taiwan firms, also in a 5-year stretch. Currency exchange has been a key issue. In December 2003, Taiwan authorities allowed Taiwan residents to carry up to 6,000 Taiwan dollars when entering the mainland, marking the start of a currency exchange business on the mainland. In June 2008, Chinese yuan became available in 13 banks' 1,500 outlets in Taiwan. Taiwan residents can now exchange up to 20,000 yuan before visiting the mainland. Experts say financial cooperation across the Taiwan Strait will face many challenges. For instance, Taiwan banks have not been approved to handle yuan clearance business and savings accounts in yuan currency. Taiwan residents cannot use yuan currency on the island, while Hong Kong residents can in the SAR. But as bilateral business cooperation is set to expand, experts predict further progress in the years ahead. Zheng Junfeng, CCTV.